Hi everybody, I'm Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. Today I'm going to be looking at a 2018 Bourbon County Barrel-Aged Stout. It's my plan to look at all of the vintages that I have going all the way back to 2016. I started with a 17, I'm saving the 16 for a special event, but I'll film it when I open it. So I have a 16, I've filmed a 17. Today we're going to hit the 18. I have 19, 20, 21. I am basically up to date on it. I also have a bunch of the variants also cellared behind me that I'm going to be reviewing as well. But what I'm really interested in is how this has aged. When they initially came out, I think I bought a case of them, and I'm getting down, I think I have about 5 or 6 left. And here we are in 2022, and it's about time to crack this open and see what it tastes like. Now this was bottled on October 4th of 2018, and this has an ABV of 15.2%. Now I think that the 2017 was probably one of the all-time best Bourbon County stouts, particularly the base. I thought was phenomenal in 2017. And it's been a while since I've had an 18, so I'm sort of excited to see what the 18 tastes like as well. Let's crack this one open. Right away, the aroma comes right out of the bottle. I'm definitely getting the bourbon, definitely getting some of that aged smoke. You know, that's just the earmark of a Bourbon County stout. Let's see. Now, this is a pretty heavy ABV, 15 and change. So I would expect there's going to be some serious legs on this when I start to check. And yeah, definitely some good legs. You know, definitely clinging to the edge of the glass. But you know, not much in the way of a head here. In fact, you know, I'm gonna pour a little bit harder. See what we get. And honestly, a little bit of a light head there. I was actually a little worried that maybe the bottle had failed, but no, the bottle has not failed. There is some carbonation there. The carbonation is less than what I saw in the 2017, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure if it's that I poured it a little too gentle today or not, but the lacing on the glass is minimal. The legs are actually pretty good. It is clinging to that glass quite well. As for the aroma, definitely, you know, if I'm going to go with the hierarchy of aromas here, that bourbon is right on top. It's the dominant. I'm getting some of that char, some of that barrel. You can definitely smell some of that smoke right there on top as well. And I want to say that I can smell just a hint, and I mean a very small hint of maybe some vanilla in there, but I'm not quite as sure. The dominant aroma here is definitely the bourbon barrel. I mean, it smells wonderful. I've always felt that the Bourbon County has one of the best aromas that you're going to get when it comes to a beer, especially the initial opening is always very nice. All right, so it is time for the taste. Well, that really coats the tongue. It's strong bourbon flavor to it. The alcohol is very present on this one. In fact, I have to say, I believe this is higher ABV than the 2017, and you can feel it. You get a nice warm burn as it goes down. Definitely a sort of burn in the stomach as it goes down as well. You know, it's very smooth, surprisingly. After that initial first drink, the alcohol sort of mellows out. The flavors are all there. You're getting the bourbon as the topmost flavor. You're getting the char, sort of the smoke of the barrel as that secondary flavor. And it really stays in the mouth for quite some time. It's got a nice aftertaste as it goes down. This is definitely a sipping beer, especially after, what is it, 5 years since it came out. So, you know, like, this is not one you're gonna drink fast, and quite frankly, this is probably gonna last me all night. But it has aged beautifully. I remember the 2018 when it came out, and I thought it was initially a little harsh. It is mellowed really, really nicely with age, to the point where this is, I wouldn't say this is quite as good as the 2017, but I think the 2017 is probably my favorite of all the vintages I have. And again, you can definitely feel the alcohol as it goes down. But it has become, I think, a much more drinkable beer. Yeah, the carbonation actually is a little less than I'd expect, actually. And again, the bottle does not look or smell or feel like it has failed in any way. I think that it has just mellowed as a beer over the past 5 years. Now, I store it at a constant room temperature of about 65 degrees, so it should be good. It's in its box that it originally came in. So I don't see why the bottle would be a problem, but I don't remember if this year the carbonation was a little lower and maybe 17 was a little higher. But that aside, this is a wonderful beer. And I think the aging has actually helped it, because I remember being, I don't want to say unimpressed by the 2018 when I first tried it, but I remember comparing it less favorably to the 2017, because I thought the 2017 was just dynamite. And I still do. I think the 2017 has aged beautifully as well. But overall, I think that this has gotten much better over the past few years as it has aged. And I have another 5 or 6 of these left still in the cellar. And clearly I'm gonna go over the 5 years that it develops in the barrel, because I wanna see what's gonna come of it. I wanna say that the 2018, if you can still get a hold of it, definitely worthwhile. Yeah, as a Bourbon County, I remember thinking that this was not quite as good as the 2017, but now I want to say that it's almost on par. A great taste to it, a really, really solid mouthfeel, a good aftertaste. The aroma is fantastic. I think that this beer has actually done quite well being cellared. And I mean, I'm a big fan of actually seeing how long, or how the age will actually have an impact on the beer. And in this case, I think that the impact is just positivity. I feel like it is mellowed. It has become a better beer than it was when it initially came out. And I'm going to spend the rest of the evening enjoying this and really enjoying the fact that that 2018 aged really well. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be putting out another beer review this week. I apologize. I had a cold this week. My taste buds were off, so I wound up waiting until the end of the week to shoot this. The next one is probably going to be a craft beer. I'm thinking of jumping back into a beer from Gusto Brewery or maybe Cape May Brewery or something else that I have in the fridge here, and we'll go from there. But with that, have a good night. Enjoy.